around, get some people in here. All right, we're gonna jump out and talk about it for a minute. Man, I need to jump outside and wait for some people to get in here. I gave y'all a heads up on this live. Let's see if we can get some people in here. Let's talk about it for a minute. Wait for some people to get in. I say I'll probably get started if I can get about. Let's see how fast things might move. I don't know. It's Saturday afternoon. Tried to charge up my vehicle before I did this, but somehow miraculously, when I really need to work again, all of the charger machines are down in my area, in my neighborhood. The ones that I use, by the way. So I'm going to go find another one. Welcome in. Just waiting for some people to get in before I start the discussion about the events that took place last night. Thanks for the like, by the way. Come on in, guys. Let's chat. Got something important to talk about. Okay, it's moving a little bit. Let me get a few more in here. Welcome in. I got a couple in here. I want to talk to you guys about something that took place last night. It's a message that TIs need to. Welcome in, Carol. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Welcome in. I got something to talk to you guys about, man. You know, we hear a lot in this program about how they don't do anything and they don't get physical and things of that nature, but I'm going to explain to you guys why I think that is only situational based. I think it's based upon how you are managing the program. And if you're doing better than they expect, then might be some problems. Welcome in, targeted individual. It says link up. I'm in Atlanta right now. You know it. I'm not in the city right now. I'm getting ready to work a little bit before I actually go to my regular job. Which I gotta work really heavy today, but I wanted to do this live. Then I want to get out and do some Ubering and all that kind of stuff. Y'all know what I do. And then I got to do my regular job all night long until probably 2 a.m. So then I might work again if I got the energy, because I got a big bill that needs to be paid this upcoming week. So, yeah, welcome in, guys. I'm waiting a little bit before I get started. Welcome in. We got 8 people. Y'all hit the like button. I got something I want to talk to you guys about. Hit the like button so that it'll alert other people that I am live. I think I got a message, like a serious message, that TIs need to listen to. All right, so y'all come on in here. Now, last time I came here, I don't know how many of you guys were here. I was here once before. I found this spot miraculously, and I just found it. Anyway, last time I was here, there was no one here. This time they got someone over here, like power washing the other side. They probably knew I would be coming here, because I announced this live last night, so they probably predicted that using that AI system that, hey, you might come do it here. So hopefully he's not making too much noise. Otherwise, it's pretty peaceful. It says, Billy Art, what did you mean that there will be problems if you're doing better than the program expected? Well, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you about that. Let me get like 2 more people in here, and then we'll pretty much get started. It says on my end, it says I got 8 in here. I only got 1 like. Come on, guys, y'all don't like me? Hit the like button so we can get a few more in here. It'll allow other people to know that I'm live, because this is a message. I know people can catch it on the playback, but hit the like button for me, guys. I'm right down the street. I know where you at. Oh, okay. Well, if you want to come over and join on this live, if you know where I am, you can come over and get on this live also. It's all good. The system will not allow you to ignore it. JDO, J-Dude. You're exactly right, and that's what I'm getting ready to explain to you guys. That's what I'm getting ready to explain to you. This is not something you can ignore if you're really in this, and also if you are concerned, if you like concern yourself with trying to make progress. If you're just stagnant and you're just in the same old place doing, just taking the abuse, you stay around your family, let them abuse you and gaslight you, and you just take it in, internalize it until you probably just die of natural causes. They're cool with that. Just stressing you out and just playing psychological games and seeing how you react to this and seeing how you react to that. But when you start to progress and they gotta try to upgrade and chase you around and follow you around and go through extremes and break the law where it's obvious, that's when they start getting antsy. And I want to tell you guys what happened last night. Serious, it's like that. And the thing about it is, basically what I'm gonna tell you guys about is I got shot at last night. And the thing about it, I just got this vehicle the day before. 2 days ago, I got this vehicle because I had to replace the one that I had, if you guys have been following, because I had a tire that blew out. And long story, but I upgraded the vehicle. So I got a larger size. And it's been great. Last night was going well. I'm able to make better money with it because it's larger, and I upgraded my level in Uber. What I had before was, just it wasn't working right for me. So I got a larger vehicle. It's an upgrade, and it's great. But they know that, and I think this is why this happened last night. And I'm explaining to you guys. I still haven't hit that 10. Let me get 10 people in here, and let me at least get about 6 or 7 likes, and I'll go into the story, guys. Let me read some comments. Tammy White, where this street? How much is land out there? Oh no. I'm not understanding the questions, Tammy. Okay, we got 10 people in here, man. Hit the like button for me. But let me go into the story, and whoever is not in here, you can catch it on the playback. But before I get in, if you guys want to ask anything you want to say, or we can, chat a little bit. But I do got a lot of work I got to do today. So basically, guys, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna show you the damage from the gunshot, right? So basically, guys, last night I'm working, right? Let me see what we got. It says Officer Donut. It says about how you got shot last night. Yeah, I'm getting ready to speak about that right now, Tammy. Give me a second. I'm just trying to get some people in here before I go in. The numbers, okay, jump back up. It says did you know the entire world used to be a structure that melted? Nah, I didn't know, man. Didn't know. Officer Donut. Didn't know. Okay, guys. Well, it's moving a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting ready to talk about that right now, Sam. That's the whole point of this live. I want to talk about that. I got shot at last night, guys. For those of you who are just coming in but might not know, and I want to and I got shot in a place where you wouldn't expect. Well, not I got shot at. Excuse me. They shot my vehicle. I'm gonna show it to you. But I got shot at a place you wouldn't usually expect. But I will be honest. About a year ago, a little over a year ago, I did hear some gunshots in the area, and I didn't hear anything on the news or anything. And I was actually, ironically, at that time listening in on the police scanner. I had the app, listening to the local police scanner. Yeah, they do have shootings, in certain areas, and they just don't speak about it on the news as much. But we're gonna talk about this a little bit. We got about 11 people in here. Y'all hit that like button. Let's try to match. Let's try to match the followers. I'm assuming the 4 or 5 people that didn't like it are just perps. All right, we got 13 in here. Well, let's just wait a little longer. The numbers are going up. I usually get started a little too soon, and then by the time everybody gets in here, the numbers go up a little bit, and I found myself repeating myself over and over again. So I'm gonna try to wait a little longer, so it can be a more fluent discussion. I'm gonna try to do better and not ramble on my lives, So let's get a few more in here. The numbers are moving a little bit. We got 13. Let's try to shoot for 15. Let's get 15 in here. Let's get a few more likes, and let's talk about what happened last night. Yeah, I would have went live last night, but I was just busy. It was good business last night. I made good money last night. And this is what they want to stop. This is why they're mad. They don't want you to progress. They don't want you to progress, no matter what people think. Some people think this is a self-improvement program and all these different things. When it's somebody like myself, and all I do right now is work, and just try to push my life forward. I don't bother anybody. I stay positive as possible. considering the circumstances that I'm under. They surround me with negativity all day, disrespect, bad attitudes, purposely. It's all artificial. And I stay cool and calm all the time. You get what I'm saying? And they just want that one moment where they can get you to not be cool and calm. And I really believe they were trying to draw me into a shootout last night. They really want, and that's another thing, guys. If you do that, right, we're in a program. So we're always getting messed with. So we don't know if it's the program or if it's really a threat. And I mentioned this on one of my videos a little while ago. So that actually kind of held me back to an extent from retaliating. You know what I'm saying? Because what this guy was doing, when I tell y'all the story, what this guy was doing, I would have been fully in my right to stand my ground. But I have restraint. You get what I'm saying? I have restraint. So I didn't get into that, and it ended well. And the funny part is, when it happened, guys, I was on my way to pick up a passenger. You get what I'm saying? Just like when my tire blew up miraculously in the city 2 nights ago. I was on my way to pick up a delivery in the city of Atlanta. So when I'm out here trying to work, all of a sudden these things are happening. But what do we got here? It says, where are you at? I'm in the Atlanta area. Officer says, no, let me go down. It says, J. Du says the tactics range from the plausible to absurd. Yeah, and I think it really depends on, you, who you are and how you are handling yourself in the program. I think they prefer the people, again, to just sit back and smoke some weed and just complain about it and sit around and just maybe get a check or something, and you just, but if you're trying to improve your life, and then when you are presenting yourself out in public and people are around you and they see that it's a lie, this is the guy you guys said this about, when you start to cause cognitive dissonance and the perps and the people that are supposed to be harassing you, they get upset. They really get upset, guys, and they get antsy, especially when they see you opening up multiple revenue streams. I have literally, just by leasing this vehicle, I've opened up at least three new revenue streams where I can take care of myself. I can make money. I can do that, and that's why it seems like they're attacking like this, because they want you desperate. You get what I'm saying? Because it's much easier for them to abuse you and torture you. I sat around for about a year, and anyway, we're not. Let's get into it, guys. We got enough people on here. The numbers are going up and down. People are getting impatient. They want to hear what's happening. So I'm gonna get into it now, guys. Let me read these last comments right here, and we'll get into it. It says, GA is, I know it's a stand your ground state, exactly. And I could have stood my ground, but like I said, once he did what he did, he fled, he or she. It was, and I'm not going to say what kind of car it was, because if I say what kind of vehicle it was, all of a sudden it's going to become a thing where they're going to start inundating me all the time. I'm going to start seeing that particular vehicle or a different variation of it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm be online. If I watch any TI videos, I'm gonna start seeing that references to that vehicle. So you got to know what to say and what not to say to, So I'm not even gonna. The real perps know what happened last night. They know what kind of vehicle it was, so they're gonna do their thing anyway. But I'm not gonna mention the kind of vehicle it was or any of that, because I don't want to. You guys know how the program works. Like when I got up today, I just got my day started about an hour or two ago. And I got out today, and as soon as I drove out all day, they got red cars around me all day long. So that's what I've been trying to tell you guys for the longest. That red shit is a threat. It's not just, we're just playing mind games. It's just nice, soft, and cutesy. No. That's a threat. That's like it's a threat of violence in the occult world, and all that is about. It's like death. It's sacrifice. It's ritual death. All of that. That stuff is deeper than people are trying to like. They like that spoon feed y'all little cutesy stuff and just tell you to go take go sip on some vinegar and water and clear yourself out and your gangstalking and disappear. Yeah, you're gonna take care of your health, but at the same time, you got to understand this is a real life or death kind of vicious threat. That these people are not putting all these resources and all this time and using all these individuals out here just to play games with us, guys. This is the real deal, and I'm in this opportunity for me to explain to you guys how real it is right now. And they've been showing me the real deal because, again, I'm fighting back. I'm trying to, and fighting back means just not giving up and you're trying to survive. I'm fighting for my life. You get what I'm saying? And all I do is speak about what I go through. I'm not online. I'm not on here exposing America. I'm not anti-American. They're anti-me, But I'm not anti-American. I'm not out here exposing all these secrets about the country, and you get what I'm saying? But all right, let me get into it. You guys are in here. We're retaining a good close to 20. So it's time to get it. But I only got 7 likes, guys. Come on, y'all hook me up with some likes. Let's get a few more people in here. Let me read some comments, and I promise I'm gonna get into the story now. Tammy White says, "Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad out there. Oh no, yeah, it's bad out here, Tammy. The gang stalking is ridiculous. I mean, it's been so much gunplay since I've been out here since I've been gang stalked and being out here in this Atlanta, Georgia area. It's been so much situations where guns have been involved in the past 2 years around. You get what I'm saying? Whereas everywhere else I've been in my entire life, it's never really come out like that often where, guns are involved. It's every blue moon, if that. But here in 2 years, there's been at least 5 instances, and last night culminated where someone actually fired at me. Lucky I had restraint, because what they did fire, I'm gonna show you, it was weak, and I'm gonna show you what it did. It seems like it was, if anybody knows about calibers, it seems like it was like a 22, maybe a 380. You'll see what it did to the vehicle. I'm gonna show you guys, but it seems like it was, and also I didn't even hear the bang. They were like 2 lanes over from me. I'm gonna tell the story, but they were like 2 lanes over. I didn't even hear the bang. All I heard was it hit the car, and then they drove off real fast, like drove off, right? All right, let me get into the story, guys. Read these last comments, and I'm gonna do it now. Target individual says S952 Cobra. Okay, I'm assuming that's your firearm. Jesse Roles said, I'm in CA, and this is California, and the attack's been heavy lately. It's all for negative reaction from us to get us in trouble. Yes, what they did there last night, I think they were trying to get me to do it, getting a stand my ground situation, and now they can really turn up my program as a violent, because, like, for instance, they charged me in Florida 2 times with felonies, but they were all thrown out. I still have a completely clean criminal record to this day, not even a misdemeanor. But just because they charge you with stuff like that, they can get you in a program and start harassing you, saying, well, you might be a criminal. So even if that person who shot at me last night, if I would have retaliated and did the same, now they can up the program on me as a violent, I don't want to say a violent offender, but it says as a violent target, basically. And then from now on, there's always going to be that kind of violence, even though they've been doing it now anyway. All right, guys, so let me see. Cool view. Thanks, Jesse. That's why I drove over here, just for the view, so I could talk to you guys about this really quick. My boss' favorite color is red. You know what that's about. Yes, it is a death code. And that's what I've been trying to explain to people, that we're not only dealing with death coats, but it's all kinds of coats. You know what I'm saying? But yes, death coats are the ones involved as well. And I think that they're the ones in the red vehicles. I think the people in these death coats are the ones who happen to be at these scenes. And people, like, I remember a few years back when, like, George Floyd and all these different, especially black men, were getting murdered by the police. I had a strange suspicion. Like, I wonder if these people are like dark web people who put a bid in or paid some money, or they're part of some little groups where they witness a death. You get what I'm saying? And they use the police to do it, and they use TIs to murder. I felt that way. I felt Trayvon Martin. There's a story that I should share. I think he was a TI, and they planted people around him, and they culminated into him being murdered, and then used him to spark a movement. And I think they use TIs for stuff like that. You know what I mean? We'll get caught in situations, you get murdered, then they'll utilize you as some kind of example of something, whether it's good or bad. But they use us, guys. So you need to be careful and stop listening to these people that's telling you just ignore it and it'll go away. That's not the truth. Okay, let me read a little more here. It says, but we are immortal. We choose to come here. It's because you are self-aware. Frank Brown says, they said sooner or later they're going to get physical with us. Yeah, I'm about to explain it to you right now. Stay safe and live strong, son. Thank you, Lightbearer. Now listen, here we go. Now check this out, guys. So last night, I say around 1 a.m. I might have been a little earlier, but maybe a little earlier than 1 a.m. I finished working my regular job, and I got out last night after charging up my vehicle. Of course, they want to charge my vehicle. They had some street theater there. They had like a damn famous rapper or some kind of producer or something there. He was there with some kind of spaceship-looking Mercedes-Benz electric vehicle holding up 2 lanes, so I couldn't even park. They had all the lanes clogged up late at night like that, 12 o'clock at night. And I get there, he got 2 lanes, and he's not even there. He walked into the store. So it had to be before 12 because he walked into the store and left his vehicle there. Yeah, so I just left, came back. Anyway, so basically I get out and I start working, right? So I got my first trip. I said, I'm going to leave this part of town, the part of town that I'm in. It's a lot of harassment. They've been doing a lot of like slow, dirty things. So I said, I'm just gonna get away from here. I'm gonna go work on a different part of town where there's better energy. So I started heading out that way. I started riding out. I'm on the highway. I'm heading. Let's just say I'm on I-75 out here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. If you guys are familiar. So I started heading on I-75, headed towards 285 to go west. So they give me a trip. They give me my Uber ride. My Uber app goes off, and I got someone to go pick up, but it's the opposite way. So I whip it around, turn around, get on the highway. So I'm riding down the exit, guys. Right, I'm riding down towards the exit, but I'm using the app in a new way. Right, I plug my phone into the car, which I usually don't do because I don't trust that stuff, but I don't even really care that much anymore. So I plug my phone into the car so I can use the GPS in the car, and I have a big screen so I can see the screen better, whatever, instead of using my phone. So anyway, I missed my turn, and there's a white car, red car. There's a couple cars that are usually the same colors they use when they're trying to threaten me. They're all around me, right? So there's another car behind me. The lights flashing really high on me, riding on my tail. Now, I missed the turn that I was supposed to get. I was going to pick somebody up in my neighborhood that I was trying to leave. It seems as if they were trying to pull me back into the neighborhood somehow. Because now I realize it might have been a setup. So another person comes around behind me when I make the wrong turn, and it's almost like this vehicle gets upset that I missed the turn, right? Like as if, damn, you messed up our plans, and kind of jumped right in front of me and hit their brakes real hard. It's called like brake checking. So they jumped in front of me and hit their brakes really hard, and I almost slammed into the back of them. Luckily, I'm on point, right? So I don't hit them. So I turn my high beams on, like, man, what the fuck? You guys know how it is. I turn my high beams on, like, what are you doing? And then they get crazy, right? So they start this, they kept doing it. They kept trying to brake check me, and so then I try to just get over. I try to go to the left lane. They turn over, they turn to the left and try to block me. Mind you, we're on the highway going 75, 80 miles an hour down the road. So I'm just trying to avoid them at this point. I try to go to the left. They try to stop me. They get in front of me. So I try to go to the right. They do the same thing. So now I was like, okay, we got a problem here, right? So I prepare myself. Y'all know what I mean. So anyway, so now we're riding slowly down the highway. They won't let me go around them, and I figure if I go around them, they're gonna probably try to shoot out the window at me on the highway. They do that a lot here in Atlanta. There's a lot of highway shootings here. So I'm like, man, I got a big ass bill I need to pay by Tuesday. And these people are out here trying to, had a blown out tire the other night, didn't even get to work, made no money, and I missed my Amazon shift because of that the other day. So I got to get out here and make money. And these motherfuckers are trying to fight me over nothing. So I'm trying to go pick someone up at this moment when he's doing all of this. So anyway, we're riding down the highway slow as hell. Now there's no police around this time, right? So we're riding down the highway slow as hell. I'm right behind them. They won't let me go around. So I see my exit coming up, right? My exit is coming up. And it's almost as if they knew that was my exit, right? So they start going super slow, right? So every time I try to go left or right, they won't let me turn. So I'm just riding behind them down the highway. They start going super slow when we get to my exit. All right, so we get to my exit, and I'm like, all right, I want them to ride off so I can hit the exit and go pick my person up. So I try to like go up to the last minute. They're going super slow so they don't miss it. Like they knew. And I think because they are tracking our phones, guys. They know where we're going. They can see my GPS system and they know what my route is. So they're going super slow. So I say, I'm taking my exit. Screw it. So I take the exit. They come right along with me. They try to do the same thing. So I just stop right there in the median and let them go. I said, I'm gonna let them ride on down the road. A bunch of cars came behind them and everything. So I'm like, all right, maybe they won't know who I am if I wait a minute and let them just drive off. So I waited. Probably should have waited a little longer. but I'm trying to go pick up a customer at the same time, guys. I'm trying to work. you get what I'm saying? So I got someone I'm trying to go pick up, so I gotta go. So I drive off, take the exit, and I'm riding down. Now my headlights on my vehicle, they're kind of unique. So as long as I was behind them, I'm not reading comments right now, guys. I'm just telling the story right now. Then I'll get back to them in a second. So they probably know my headlights. It's dark outside. I got this new kind of like futuristic kind of vehicle. This electric vehicle. The lights on the front are different than most vehicles. At night, you can tell. So it's like he was waiting for me. He slowed down and was waiting for me to come off the exit. So I'm like, oh man, this son of a bitch is right here. So I just try to ease on by. Of course, I'm prepared, if you know what I mean. I don't want it to go there, but I'm, just in case I see he ain't doing all this for nothing. So I try to go around to the left side and just drive on past him. These motherfuckers slowed down beside me, pulled the window down. So I just kept driving, you know what I'm saying? And all I hear is, bam, something hit my car, on the side of my vehicle. And I didn't hear the muzzle bang. I don't know if they had a silencer or whatever. I didn't hear no muzzle bang, but he was like, they were 2 lanes over from me. So it's not like they threw anything. I'm gonna show you. So they were 2 lanes over from me, so they didn't throw anything, but I didn't hear the muzzle bang. But I heard it hit my car, and then they sped off real quick. Like they made a right turn and just sped on down the road. And I started to pursue them, but I was a little pissed off when they did that. I started to pursue them, but I said, you know what? Let me not do this. You know what I'm saying? They're gone. I'm still alive. They didn't like shoot my window out. They didn't shoot my tire out. But I knew something happened to my car because I heard it hit. It was loud as hell. So I let them go, and I jumped out and checked the damage. Let me walk over here and show it to you guys right now. All right, so let's see. I don't really want to show my car like that now. They're shooting at me, so let me just show y'all just the spot where it hit me. All right, let's see. Okay, right here. You see that? Right there. That looks like it was a 22 or like a, see where it hit, like right in the back. Right there. And I just got this vehicle 2 days ago. So yesterday was the second day of me driving it, and this wasn't here because when you first get it, you're gonna inspect the vehicle. So this was the bang. I assumed they were trying to shoot my tire out, but it looks like a small caliber, and it was weak as hell because it didn't even penetrate the door. So basically, I get out, I see that, and I say, all right, whatever. I said, I gotta go. I'm not shot. The car is still running. I'll worry about this later. So I just go pick up I go pick up my customer. It's this white guy, young guy. He's drunk. He's out with his friends drinking. And I get in the car, man. I just turned on the XM Sirius radio. I turned on the Bob Marley station on some chill stuff and reggae, whatever, and just rolled on down, act like nothing happened. Didn't even mention it to him. Just chilled out, rolled out, and then continued to work for the rest of the night, guys. I worked for a few hours. If anybody asked me how my night was going, I told them about it, though. I told them I got shot at. You know what I mean? Whatever. But that's what happened last night. And then for the rest of the night, I even got a video. I'm going to show it to you guys when I'll eventually. I always talk about these videos, but for the rest of the night, they kept on surrounding me with vehicles, the same exact vehicle that shot at me. They kept on having all those vehicles around me. Matter of fact, if I show you guys the video, matter of fact, I might blur it. But when I show you guys the video, the vehicle is the same vehicle. Like at the end of the night, when I went to the convenience store that I go to at night, one of them, to end my night, they had the same vehicle pull up. Mind you, it's like 5 a.m, damn near. They had the same vehicle pull up right next to me. Had a guy come walking in a red car. So all of these are threats. But it's little more than a threat when they start shooting at us, guys. And now here's the deal. I've got another vehicle. It's an upgrade from the one that I was driving. It's larger, and I can make more money with it now with Uber because I'm in a higher grade. This is progress, guys. And once you're moving forward and you're ignoring the program, as the more I ignore the program, the more violent they're getting, the more aggressive. They're not really in my program. They're not really doing as much psychological operations anymore. They can tell that I got it now. I understand. I've done the research. I've done the work. I've studied. I've done the self-work as well and self-mastery. I get it now. So now at this point, they're attacking me financially and physically, with a lot of physical threats of violence, all the way to a point where it seems like they shot like a little 22 trying to shoot my tire out. Now, if I would have retaliated, I could have. I was fully prepared. but I don't want to get into a bang out in my area. You know, I don't want to get into a damn shootout. I'm trying to work. I got a bill to pay. What good is it going to do for me out here in a shootout over nothing? And, you know, got to go through all that. And then next thing you know, as a TI, your program is different now. Now it's like you're a violent threat. Even if you were just defending yourself in a shooting like that, it changes things for you. So I don't want to take it to that level. Like I said, didn't shoot my window out, didn't hit me, my tire didn't blow out, it hit the car, a little damage. Like I said, like a little 22 caliber, maybe a 380. I just kept working, man. And then so I try to go charge at my vehicle now, so I can work. And you know, all the chargers in the neighborhood happen to be down. So now I got to go find a damn charger somewhere, charge up, and try to work a little bit before I go to work. This is the life of a TI. So I just wanted to tell you guys that story. I just want you guys to know that you need to be safe out here. Yes, you can ignore the program, but if you're somebody that's progressive and you're a real TI, as you can tell that I am, guys, they really have unwarranted hate and jealousy for us. Whoever put us in the program already had hate and jealousy for us. In this program, the flying monkeys and the people out here doing all of the little dirt for them, these people, these proxy stalkers, the actions that they are doing to us are just a representation of the attitude and the personality and the characteristics of whoever put us in the program. Whoever programmed our matrix system, this shit is their personality. If it's jealous, if it's envious, if it's angry, if it's different things, whatever it is, they're able to use these proxies and flying monkeys to express how they feel towards us at any given time. And for the past month or so, I've noticed, and I guess since I, got another vehicle, an additional vehicle, I'm able to work better now. I open up more revenue streams, and I'm not just sitting around being tortured by these idiots 24 hours a day. I'm moving forward. They're starting to get violent, and they're starting to get aggressive. And that's what you can expect in this program. So when people say that, hey, they don't get physical, here's a story for you right here. All right, let me catch up on some of these comments. A lot of comments here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start here. It says, targeted individual says, in GA, if you are getting stalked, you can use just stand my ground, right? I don't know, not if you're getting stalked, but if somebody shoots at you or pulls a firearm, and it's been multiple occasions now where, they're just like gun crazy here in Georgia. I heard Texas is similar. I see a lot going on in Alabama. Just down here in the South, man, these guns are just, that's the first thing these people go to is the gun. They just ready to shoot. It's just, and they made the laws where you can just carry a gun down here with no permit, no nothing, no training. You don't have to do anything. As long as you don't have a felony, you can have a firearm. So you got all these emotionally disturbed people and all, drunk, all kinds of issues. Everybody, and next thing you know, first thing somebody ready to do is pull a gun. Guy had an argument with a tow truck driver outside of my job about 2 months ago. He pulled a gun out right there, cocked it and everything. I had to drive out all over the curb to get out the parking lot before he shot the damn tow truck driver. Same location at my job. I want to say probably almost a year ago. A little minor fender bender in the parking lot with somebody. We bumped into one another. Her boyfriend comes running out from the cut somewhere from smoking weed with a gun on his hip. Again, I'm prepared as well, but he got a gun. Keep pulling up the shirt, showing me his gun, acting all belligerent, like she got to hold him back and this, that, and the third. Could have stood my ground there as well, but I hold restraint. They keep trying to force this kind of negative energy, trying to force you into a violent act. And this is the extremes they go to when you're in places like this. The energy's bad here in the Atlanta, Georgia area, man. I got to get out of here soon. It's ignorant. It's just all is violence, oppression, and control. These people seem like they're just demoralized and they're under threat. It's not like here is like you can live here, like you can be around, you can be in our society as long as you do what the fuck we say and do it our way. Or we're gonna fuck you up. You get what I'm saying? It's that this basic, low level, ignorant. It makes you think about why the North had to come down to the South and burn up Atlanta and tear this shit up down here and rip up the Confederacy. They a little out of control, and that's why the Union Army and the North had to come down here and regulate. Now I can kind of understand. they're a little cuckoo down here and a little self-righteous, and then they got all the religious mixed in and racial stuff. It's just a lot of twisted shit going on in the minds of the people from this region. And especially I've been noticing even more so now that I'm in a program, I guess, because I've never really noticed it before. They got like an issue I've noticed with people from the north. Like if you don't have like the southern accent and all that, sometimes that's the first thing they mention. Like, damn, I thought we were over that. I didn't know people even still tripped off that kind of thing. I've been in the South now for over a decade, you know, but they still got that vibe, man. Let me see what we got going on here. You do Uber? Yeah, I do Uber. Francio, I've been doing Uber for about 2 years or so. I do Uber, Lyft. I do all the rideshare stuff, you know, to make extra money. I just recently got started doing it again after about a break. I took a break for a year and just kind of grind really hard at my job. And I've been able to do things to move forward and do some other stuff and open up some more revenue streams. So that's why I went and leased a vehicle to make more money. And it seems like the attack has been extremely strong since I made that move. They were already attacking my job, you know, trying to just play little games or whatever. But then, so I said, all right, let me open up some more revenue streams and let me not just depend on one income. And that's when they get crazy because it's all about control. You know, they want to have like the knife to your throat. Like, you know, we can get you fired anytime. And then what are you going to do? You know, once you start moving past all of that, that's when they start getting violent. So I'm really reaching a different point in my program I can sell. Let me see what we got going on here. Same damage. So, okay, battle for your brain. So you had the same kind of damage from a gunshot to your vehicle. Target individual says, I think you an agent. I think it says agent. My phone is I can't see that part of the screen. I guess I got a little damage on my phone. Again, some shit that happened a few months back going to gangstalking, but okay, it says, I think you, I guess it says agent, you take trips outside the country and you have more than most people. I promise you do. I watch your videos. It comes down, then you go outside the country. It's intense. I didn't understand everything you were saying there, but yeah, I haven't taken a trip out of the country in a few years now. It's been a little while. The gang stalking I had a better control of it. When you seen the videos and stuff in my page, if you see like a lot of the photos and videos and things you guys see in my shorts, those are over the past, I want to say at least, it goes back at least 3 to 4 years. You see what I'm saying? It goes back, because you'll see sometimes there's masks and stuff involved. So it goes back about 4 years, like let's say about 2019-ish, maybe 18, all the way up until today's time. So some of the stuff you see is from the past where I was doing a little better before the program really has taken a toll over the years. And it's not until now when I'm finally starting to kind of regroup myself. Because if you guys understand this program, like I said, let's just say I'm at my 5-year point right now. It takes about this much time for you to really realize what's going on and wake up. And then first you're going crazy. You don't know what's going on. And then you learn. Then you go to a point where you're learning. Okay, this is what's happening. And you're at that point, you're probably struggling. You're down and out. You've lost everything. And then you got to go through a point where you got to learn how to live in this new reality. Now we realize what the world is really about. We see what these people really are. We see what family and friends are really worth. So now you have to readjust your whole life. The way you perceive the world has changed now. So it's going to take time to adjust. And once you start to adjust, and then you can start to thrive. Then you can start to push forward and make moves and change your life. But now you probably got to do it alone. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it without the help of people and support. But you can do it, but you got to become very strong and resilient and brave. It takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. My family has started reaching out to me, but it's been about almost 2 weeks. Matter of fact, the last time that I was sitting up here speaking to you guys, I spoke to you about my family. And I spoke about my mother, which I usually don't do. And that morning, I didn't even know. That morning, she had reached out to me. And then also, my sister reached out to me a few days ago. Like that. Now, all of a sudden, you see, once you start to, like, I went through hell and back. And now I'm starting to kind of be able to see a little bit of light somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Kind of crawling out of the hole a little bit, clawing my way out alone. I struggled like hell. And, and there was nobody. You get what I'm saying? And now that I can take care of myself, and I've got, I'm making some income, and I'm moving forward. And now, so it's gonna take adjustments. Once you're in this program and you realize that nothing is what we thought it was. It's really sad because we weren't taught this stuff. We were taught to be ready for so many things in life, so many things in the world that are gonna come at us. But this one thing right here, this gang stalking shit, was something that was never ever explained. Not like this. We had no idea, and I feel like we're the first generation to go through it because of the technology like this. So there's no one before that can tell us how to deal with it, how to handle it. We're just learning as we go along. And they're lying. That people who are supposed to be the authorities, we're supposed to trust these people. We're supposed to have our safety and all these things that we've been taught, to respect the society, respect the world that we live in, respect their laws, respect all of this. And now we see there's zero of that. They can just tap in, like my cell phone, everything, just sit here and monitor my phone all day and then attack me based upon my personal private phone that I pay for. They go into your stuff. They just do anything they want to do, and these people are in positions of authority who we trusted these people with information to be authority figures, to be in these positions, and they just betray all of that trust. And it's like, fuck it, who cares? And there's nothing nobody do, and no one's doing anything about it. They just keep funding it, and it's just like, who cares? And just imagine, you got parents and people that taught you, how to live in life, how to survive, and what to do and what not to do, and what's right and what's wrong. And these same people use the same negative shit that they taught you not to do to attack you, to destroy you, to bring you down. And there's no fucking problem. No one got anything to say about it. And it's lie right to your face like there's nothing going on. So it makes you rethink a lot of things about what you value. Then when they kind of come at you about wanting you to respect their values and and when you don't, see, they do all of this to you, completely debase your whole life, demoralize and change everything you understand and think about the world. But then they still have an expectation for you to have some kind of respect for their way of thinking, for what they think is right and wrong. You've already dismantled all of that shit. You get what I'm saying? That's over now. That's dead. If you're smart, you don't get out here and show that. But at the end of the day, once you've done this shit right here, you know what I'm saying? You motherfucker, look at that person that drove. I ain't gonna show you the person that just drove by, because 254 is on the clock, and the 54 is you probably heard the car right here. And 54 is the backwards 24, upside down. But once you do shit like this, tracking me everywhere I go, seeing all these fucking strangers around, but then you have an expectation that I feel like, even though I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do anything, I got an expectation now when I walk into the store that I'm gonna take my money and I'm gonna pay for it like a regular citizen and walk out. But you've already said that the rules don't matter. All that matters is what you can get away with. So if I decide to get this motherfucking snatch whatever I want and leave out, as long as I can get away with it, it's okay, right? Because I felt like I want it. So if they want to do whatever they want to do with our privacy and all our information, and use people of authority and the threat of police, and do all this shit they want to do to suppress us. But they can do it as long as they get away with it, right? As long as they got plausible deniability, they can act like they were doing something else. They can do anything they want to do. But then they have an expectation for us to have an understanding and a respect for their values and what they deem as right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't do that to everybody. And I think that's why they're shooting at me now. Because everybody else, I can tell, has bent over. They just bend over and take it, all right. They're accepting the way that the world is. Just ignore it. Just go to work and go, take care of your body. They like that. So these people ain't going to get shot at. They're not going to hurt their income. They're not going to attack them. But when you're somebody that looks at this shit and says, hey, wait a minute, man, this is a raw deal right here. Now you're getting shot at. Let me read some comments. Let's see. It says, I'm in Cincinnati cleaning someone's condo today, trying to make some money, and some clown is following me around from upstairs overhead unit, directing energy weapons down at me. Yeah, I believe you. Homeward bound. That's the kind of thing they do. You working, trying to sprint. And even like the job, one of my jobs, where I'm sweeping and cleaning. That's part of the job. That's not enough for them. They want to make you feel as though You shouldn't even have a job sweeping and cleaning the floor. And they want to harass you and do different things to try to get you knocked off of that job. Sweeping up, cleaning things up a little bit, right? They don't even want you to do that. So I believe you, homeward bound, that you're in there cleaning the condo and then stomping and doing that. My last apartment that I lived in, they would do that all the time. They moved in some dudes upstairs. It seemed like they had like size 15 feet. And they moved like 3 of them, and they were like roommates. They used to be up there stomping around all day long. Yeah, I remember that. So I know what you mean. It says Franio says, I feel you, homework. Direct energy weapons are real. Yep, they are. I believe in the direct energy weapons. They don't really hit me as much, but I've had experiences with that. But I'm on the move a little too much for them to do that. So with me, they mainly just attack my phone. And like, for instance, whenever I'm on the phone, especially if I'm on important phone calls, whenever the number 27 will come on, my phone will go out. If I'm on the phone talking to someone, they can't hear me. It'll keep going in and out whenever these specific numbers are on the phone. On the clock. That's how they work with me. When I speak to customer service for all these different corporations, they'll put me on hold when 27 is on the clock, and then they'll come back when 27 is on the clock. Guys, I think people really just don't understand how entrenched this program is in our society, in every aspect of our society. You talk to customer service on the phone, handling serious business, and these son of a bitches are gang stalking over the phone. And it's nothing you can really say without sounding like a lunatic. But if you are, knowledgeable enough of the program, when you're being gang stalked and when you're not. It's very sick. And I don't think that this is designed for people to make it. The shit they're doing to me is so extreme. And it's just like, I just don't think it's designed to make it. And that's why they're shooting, because I'm not taking myself out. I'm not gonna go commit suicide because you low-life degenerates are harassing me. That says more about you than me. So that's why they gotta attack the way they are, because they can't, get me from the inside. And I'm sure it's the same for many of you guys as well. Let me see what time it is. Right now it's 3. I can talk to you guys. I'm gonna go for another 15 to 20 minutes, but I gotta try to get some work in. I want to try to find a charger. All of the car chargers around town in my area were down today. I really need to work, and the chargers are down. So luckily I wasn't so low that I'm worried, but I can't work with this low charge. So I got to try to find a charger. Then I got to get to work by 7 o'clock. Yeah, and I got to work all night. But I really wanted to come on here and just tell you guys that story. For those of you who are just coming in, I got shot at last night riding down the highway. A driver who I believe they were trying to set me up. Really, I think they were trying to send me to a location to pick up an Uber where they were going to try to stage a shooting. I made the wrong turn, and that driver seemed to have reacted to that. They went and jumped in front of me from a different lane and started brake checking me really hard. They did it like 4 or 5 times, trying to make me slam into the back of them. They wouldn't let me go around them on the highway. I didn't want to just whiz by. I could have. My car is very fast. It has a button on it that says motorsport. I could push that button and I would have zoomed and went right past them. But I didn't want them to shoot at me from the side or whatever. I want to at least be behind them. They're in my line of sight. If they wanted to get violent, they can't just shoot at me and speed off, which they ended up doing anyway. Once we got off the highway, I just wasn't going to chase them down. I'm going to show you guys the damage one more time. It wasn't really, like I said, they just shattered my window. They didn't shoot my tire out. But they definitely shot at me. And I think it was a very low caliber bullet because it didn't penetrate. And I think because of the distance. Let me show you guys. All right, where is it? Right there. See that? Right there. It didn't penetrate. Makes me think it was a 22. If it was a 9mm, a 45, all that kind of stuff, it would have penetrated the door. But they were a little far over. I was moving. We were driving down the road, and I think they might have been aiming for my tire. And just 2 nights ago in the city of Atlanta, my tire blew up out of nowhere as I was riding. It was raining. And maybe it was a pothole. Maybe someone shot it out. Maybe someone threw some spike strips out there. It was raining. It was dark. I couldn't tell. I just know my tire blew up and it went to 0 in about 10 seconds. So as soon as I get this car, now they shooting at it. So let me read what we got going on. They got all the Jesus is partying. Jesus is partying. Okay, good evening, fam from Amsterdam. I'm so sorry they shot at you. I am glad you are safe. Ancestors got you. I love the view, bro. I love the view. Bro, yes, they track us. What they call reactive abuse. Thank you for that, Moyle ancestor. All right, guys, what time we got in the clock? Okay, we got 30. This is 33. We got 33 in the clock right now, and that's where you got this car coming. 33 is the 33rd degree Freemason number, and that's the secret society aspect of this, I believe. Whenever they get the 33 people coming around me, where I am right now, it's 3:02 p.m. So the 3 and the 2, what they're trying to represent is 33. Okay, and usually I think this whole thing is ran by the Masons, and it's just the Masons and Eastern Stars that are in different positions in society, and that's why it makes it seem like it's the whole society, but they have so many members, and they use their position to attack us. You get what I'm saying? And they know the grid. Like I said, I'm up here, and I'm being gang stalked right here. This is the second car that has came past on the time coordinates within my program, and look where I am. It's drizzling up here and everything. And not to mention, I mentioned to you guys, I think they play with the weather. Here I am, every time I need to work or something important I'm trying to do, like when my tire blew out the other night, it started raining. It hadn't rained in about a month, but as soon as my tire blows out and I'm out there in the city, it's raining, pouring down. I need to work, it's very important, it's raining. Here we go again, it's raining, it's very important, now it's raining. But any other time, but anyway, I'm not gonna get into that right now. Let me read some more comments, guys. I got a good, I'm gonna go into 3:15, guys. Eastern time, right now it's 3:03. So we're gonna go into 3:15. We can discuss anything you guys wanna chat about. I'm gonna try to think if I have anything else I wanna discuss with you guys while I have all of you here. Let's see what the numbers are, okay. It says, they got all the Jesus is partying. I know that's right. Targeted individual says second or third is doing anything, then some help comes for you to do this to someone else, folks, not blowing down or the guy. I don't understand what you were saying there. Target individual. I repeat that. I couldn't make that out. Down communications. They have comments are AI. Oh, the community and comments are AI. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is AI. You can kind of tell what's real and what's not. You can tell normal conversations, normal patterns of speaking and things like that and typing. But it's getting very difficult to know what is AI and what's not. It's getting very difficult out here. And that was the idea of the guy Deepfake Rob. He was a TI that's in prison. Matter of fact, yeah, the guy Deepfake Rob. He's in prison right now. He ended up shooting a family member. He was a guy on here. He's giving a lot of good information, real deal TI as far as we could tell, as far as the information he was given. And he had started having a lot of issues with his firearm traveling between Florida and Atlanta, out in this area where I am. I remember he was having firearm issues. And next thing you know, he's in prison for shooting a family member and murdering a family member. Once you get to a certain level in this program, they start turning up the violence, and especially it depends on the environment that you're in. Let me see what we got. Directed energy weapons are no joke. I know that's right. Frank, Amsterdam. Yeah, how is the gang stalking in Amsterdam? For sure, Moy. It's worldwide. It's an entire system. Don't matter. Yeah, that's what I tell people. It's worldwide. It's an entire system. Because right now, let me give you guys an example, right? I've been pretty much frequenting for the past decade. For the most part, I spent most of my time between Georgia and Florida, the Atlanta, Georgia area and the Miami, South Florida area. Now, whenever I spend a certain amount of time in one of these areas over the past few years, what they'll start doing is they'll start putting, like, if I'm in Georgia, and what they've been doing here recently, they've been putting Florida tags in front of me everywhere I go. Florida, Florida, Florida. Kind of like saying, hey, once you get out of here and just go to Florida. Once you leave here and just go to Florida. Once you tired of being gang stalked and harassed, it'll be much better if you just go to Florida, right? They just keep doing this shit over the years. They'll just keep putting Florida tags in front of me. They're doing that right now. Now, when I'm in Florida and the harassment is getting really bad, say they've been going for a few months and maybe they're getting tired of harassing me, they'll start putting Georgia tags in front of me over and like so much to an extent that you have to notice it, not just here and there, but consistently. And they do this, and also and whenever you're in a local area, the gang stalkers try to make you feel like the local area has a problem with you, like the locals are trying to chase you out of town, right? Like you've done something wrong, and the locals are trying to chase, like got the pitchforks trying to chase you out of town. That's not the case, guys, because I'm a TI that's been fortunate to travel around. I've been to Houston. The exact same gang stalking took place in the city of Houston, Texas, and this is like 4 years ago. I've been to Jacksonville, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Miami, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, and all up and through that entire Baltimore, D.C. area, Fairfax, Virginia, Alexandria, Virginia, South America, into 2 different cities in South America, down in Latin America. Where else have I been? I've been all over the place, guys. North, south, different regions. It's the exact same program everywhere you go. Everything that I experience here, I experience it in a different country. I experience it in a different state, in a different city. The exact same program. If you look at my profile, my YouTube channel, as well as my Instagram. Instagram has a lot more content in the earlier days on that channel, on that page rather. It's the same program all the way out to South America, with them putting the number tags in front of me, slamming the doors on 27 in my building, sending the police around with sirens, having the cab drivers honk their horns. That's in South America, a whole different continent. And then I'm here in the United States. So they try to make you feel like they're trying to chase you out of town, or locals have a problem with you. That's not the case. That's the gang stalkers working in that area trying to give you that impression. So just be calm. Don't let them make you a pariah in the neighborhood. So don't allow them to have you walking around pissed off, kind of reaffirming what they're trying to say about you, because they don't, the people who aren't really participating, they don't understand that you're being abused and harassed and you know what I'm saying, like all day nonstop. So when you might walk around with a mug on your face, or you might be kind of short and snippy with people and pissed off because of what you're going through, and now it's easier to kind of spread these things about you in the neighborhood. So luckily I'm not as stuck as I was for the past year or so, kind of in the same area with a car that's not really running the way I want. I can branch out and move around now, and it's done wonders for me. But I've really just put my head down for the past year, just worked this job, took all the abuse, the consistent games, all the mind games, all the shit they've been doing to me, went through a lot. But now I'm able to branch out. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Just stick with it. Don't let them make you think that there's a town chasing you out of town. They want you there because they're getting money. As long as you're there, that money is going to keep flowing. Okay, so they're doing that shit to give you anxiety, to make you feel unwanted. They do little micro things to you all day in the community to kind of just give you that vibe like the community has a problem with you. No, that's just the local gang stalkers manipulating the locals to do little tasks that make you feel that way. So you got to elevate mentally over this crap. All right, let me read some comments. All right, we got about 5 or 10 more minutes, guys. It says, Officer Donut, what about China, Iran, and Russia? Yeah, that's a good question. I know China's probably gang stalking like crazy. Their surveillance system is just as bad as the United States surveillance system, if not worse. But I don't know if they got the same mind games and psyops. And I wonder. You know what I'm saying? All the social games, they like to play with your mind and hurt you. I don't know. I wonder about that. But they do have the technology. They got social credit scores, so I can imagine it's pretty bad there. I can imagine. And I think I heard good things about Russia, but they probably got their own kind of program going on everywhere you go to control, because the people in power got to control the masses, and you can't control them by just force. You got to have their minds as well, and programs like this seem to be the way they go about it. They targeted me because of my bloodline and speaking on certain topics. Yeah, and the thing about me, maybe they started targeting me. I don't even know why. I didn't even used to speak. I'm not a public speaker. I'm not an entertainer. I never want to do anything like that. I wasn't ever speaking on YouTube or anything. But they just started targeting me. I think it also can be about what you watch, like political. If they don't like the political views of things that you may be watching or consuming. As a, they can also gang stalk you. There's a long history of that. It's a long history of that. They used to call it communist. Now they just call it terrorist. So it's the same old program, COINTELPRO, all that, guys, all of those things. Let me read some more comments. The rain is really coming down. Officer Donut says it's an enclosed reality built on top of realm. Okay, realm. I can't see up to the side. I'm sorry. Built on top of the last civilization of buildings. Either way, they destroy most of it. Yep. Garfield says, remember we in the Bible Belt. Yeah, Garfield, I know. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that vibe. I'm really trying to get out of the South, especially Cobb County. I'm just tired of the attitude they have. You know what I mean? It's like I've never noticed it before until I became gang stalked, though. It's like they bring out when you're being gang stalked and targeted. They bring out all the ugly side, the most ugly parts of society, and the ugliest parts of the people. And I never noticed really, not like I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like all the racial stuff. They send it to you. They come at me with a lot of the racial shit on a consistent basis. You get what I'm saying? To try to make me. But then that's the history of the area. So like I said, whatever social ill or negative aspect is going on in any society that you're in, as a targeted individual, they're gonna stir that pot up and use that against you. Like for instance, I'm here where they got the Klan sneaking around, the Ku Klux Klan. They got white supremacy groups. They're all around out here, but they're a little more subtle nowadays. But if you got the eye, they're here. And if you're a TI, they're gonna let you know that they're here. But if you're like in Compton, South Central LA, you might, there's gang violence. There's just gangs, so they're gonna use the gangs to gang stalk you, right? They're gonna make you feel like the gangs are after you. The Crips want you. They want to get you. They want to shoot you. The Bloods want to get you. If you're in Chicago, it's the Vice Lords. You get what I'm saying? Wherever you are, if you're somewhere else, maybe in the Northeast or in the Midwest, maybe it's a biker gang, right? They got the Hells Angels are after you. You better watch out. So it's kind of wherever you are, they use whatever social ill that is already in place. It's kind of like the gang stalking program. It's just the same thing. They use the natural resources. They're turning the infrastructure of your society against you. When I ride through the streets out here in the neighborhood, all the lights always turn yellow whenever I pull up. And sometimes if I'm sitting at the red light, it won't even turn green. They'll let everybody else go, and then they'll skip me and let everybody else go again to a point where I got to run a red light. In the past 2 weeks, I've received 2 tickets, red light tickets, because they won't change the light while I'm sitting there. So I got to run the fucking light so I can go on about my day. And I got 2 tickets recently. I haven't had a ticket in like 3-4 years. But now again, they don't like that I got some new vehicles. I'm riding, I'm moving. And they were doing this anyway when I had my when I was driving the van all the time, and I started having some transmission issues a while back. They'll set up the traffic to where I gotta like keep stopping and going, try to get me stuck on an upward kind of like a ramp. And they would just do little micro things to just make things difficult for you. It's all like the idea is to rub salt in the wound. Like you already have a wound, you already have a cut. The gang stalking program their job is to rub salt in it. Anything that could be a problem for you, to make it worse for you, to make it difficult for you to overcome things. All right, let me see what we got here. All right, we about to end this one, guys. I wanted to tell the story, and I told it. Anyone who missed it, who came in late, I told the story about how I got shot at last night out here in Cobb County, Georgia. I was right outside of Atlanta. You can catch it on the playback. I'll show you guys the damage one more time as I read these comments. It says, look at that greenery. Yeah, Q. I like this spot right here. I might use it more often. When I decided last night that I was going to do the live, I said, you know what, this is going to be a great spot because I don't show my face. So at least I can give you guys something nice to look at other than just the ground or my car steering wheel. Yeah, I like this view, man. It reminds me of overseas, really. I haven't seen a view like this in quite some time. This is my local neighborhood. And I found it, Let me see what we got going on here. It says, good stuff, bro. Make that money. Absolutely. And the sad part is, this technology is a gift and a curse. I'm using this technology to make this extra money like everybody else using the apps, but that's their playing field. they're able to just attack you like hell and send you where they want to send you. I really think that shooting last night, it was supposed to go differently. They were trying to send me on a route somewhere, and they follow me on all my routes also, guys. When I'm doing food deliveries, when I'm doing Ubers, everywhere I'm going, they got somebody meeting me at every intersection. I don't care if it's an isolated area. They always got someone there to meet me at every turn. They even do that when I'm not even, doing deliveries using the app. Every red light, every stop sign, everyone, they're always pulling up at the exact same time that I'm pulling up. You guys know what I mean. But they've really been going extreme with me, guys, as I'm trying to progress. Okay, facts. I was in London in June, and the Gangstalking is over there. Oh yeah, you know it's gonna be in Europe. Oh yeah, it's in Europe for sure. That's a guy who I speak to on here all the time. He's out there in England dealing with the Gangstalking. He has videos of it. Oh, Europe, you better believe it. They're gonna Gangstalk out there, but I bet you it's not as nasty as it is here. I just think that the Southeast Gangstalking is worse, because I was Gangstalked up in the Washington, D.C. area, Baltimore, different things like that. It wasn't as nasty. It wasn't like violent. They don't take the kind of sadistic pleasure in it that they do here. You get what I'm saying? It's regional. So those of you who are in places that aren't like really like, you don't have the history of like racial mob violence and things like that. Down here, they used to have lynchings where they would have like 20, 30, 40,000 people all gathered around to watch someone get burned and chopped up and tortured, and it was fun. They would take home souvenirs as part of, as a parts of the body parts as souvenirs. That was part of it. I just watched a story on YouTube the other day about a whole family that they went in there and shot the whole family up and arrested everybody, killed everybody, and then the last few family members that were left, they started blaming each other because a cop got killed doing the whole thing, and they all started pointing the finger at each other, and they all got killed anyway. Lynched, shot up. They took him out and put him out in the field and shot him up in front of everybody. That's here in the state of Georgia. That's the story. I don't even share a lot of that kind of stuff because I don't want that energy. But there's a history of that, the mob violence, that whole mob mentality. We all gonna just attack this one person and we're all in on it. It's still here, guys. It's a little refined and it's different because we're in modern times. But this mob mentality is still here. It's still here, and they love it. Let me see. We got, I hope the others can learn from others and not through losing everything. Thanks for spreading the truth and putting your life out there. Yeah, this is something I never thought I would do, battle for your brain. I never in my life thought I'd be putting my life and my story. I grew up at a time where it was cool to not take pictures, not tell your business, not show, what's going on, but they were attacking me like this before I ever said a word for a couple of years. So I said I might as well speak about it and not sit here and suffer in silence. You get what I'm saying? I might as well expose that if they can do this to me, they can do this shit to anybody. Because I wasn't out here doing anything that will warrant this kind of a response. There's nothing that I've done, especially intentionally, that will warrant me being treated the way I've been treated over the past, 5 years or so, where I've been fully aware. Other than somebody just deep hatred, deep jealousy, and deep envy. And I know where it comes from, so I'm not even too curious anymore. I know where it came from. Because I recognize the energy. I've been dealing with it pretty much for my whole life. That this jealous, controlling, but sneaky, throw rocks and hide your hand energy. I've been dealing with that for quite some time, and I know where it came from. So now that I know that's what it is, I know how to deal with it. I know how to deal with it better, but the technology and tracking my whereabouts, you can't even get away from like ex-girlfriends, ex-wives, family members that are toxic. You can't even get away now because of the technology and the tracking. You used to be able to go start a new life and get away from these people. You can't even do that now. They try to connect you to these people forever. It's very sick. They are hiding the fact of what they did to our ancestors, indigenous, not Native Americans. Yeah, I know more ancestor. Absolutely. I know what you mean. I know I drive and get one headlight and tell like all day synchronization is the bus, all of them, the system. Yeah, I get the one headlight. I've been getting the one headlighters a lot more lately. I don't typically get that, but I assume I don't know. I've been getting the one headlighters a little more frequently for the past month or so, but that's not something they consistently do with me. It's usually a lot of red and all of the number coordinations, all of the buses, the trains, the whole system. If anybody wants to understand about that, I did a video about it. On it, it's the critical infrastructure, guys. There's like 16 sectors of critical infrastructure that covers our whole society. So every one of those structures are used, infrastructure systems are used against us. So whether it's transportation, aviation, the health department, food administration, anything, every aspect and every sector has been designed to be turned against us. Anything we do on the internet, everything is always just negative. You try to do dating sites and different things. Everything you do that has your imprint on it is going to be turned. It's designed. It's to be weaponized against you. It's a very, very difficult way to live in a society. It's very hard. It's very hard. People just don't understand. A lot of people don't make it. It says, what city? I got 10% battery anyway. So I just roll with you guys. I roll with you guys. I only got 10% battery left. So I'll probably just roll with you guys for a little while longer. I wanted to work, but they shut down all the damn charges in my area. You know what I mean? Little shit like that. I really need to work today too. But and they know that, guys. They know so much because they watch us. They know what's going on. They know what's going on. They see your bank accounts. They see your emails. They see if you got a bill that's past due. They see the bill collector may be continuing to call you. They see how much you owe. They see all of that. They see your passwords. They see they have a back door to all of this stuff. So they know what wound to pour salt in to make it hard for you. All right. But just know also, guys, with all this doom and gloom, before I answer that these last few joints, there's help. There's help here also, guys. I've had good luck. I've had things happen that I didn't expect. That just, it's pure luck sometimes, but at the same time, you got to make your own luck. Okay, I've been wanting to say this for a while. A few times, there's situations that I found myself in a sticky situation, like recently, right? I'll give you an example real quick, okay? I found myself in sticky situations because of this program, but because of work that I put in the past, it'll come back around and save my ass. You need to do stuff for yourself right now, today. Prepare yourself for something that you might not even need yet. You might not even know you need it when you're going to need it, but prepare yourself now. Get it now. Get that passport now, even if you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Apply for that job right now and get on the waiting list, even if you can't. Let me give you guys an example. There's another revenue stream, another job. Man, I'm going to post the most recent background check that I just got from September the 7th. My background check is completely clear. I never have any issues. Everything's clean. I'm going to show it to you guys again. My most recent one from September 7th. But I just opened up another job, another revenue stream, right? And it's guaranteed money right there. I'm going to make bread with this. And the thing about this is I applied to get on with this over a year ago, and they put me on a waiting list. I forgot all about it. I wasn't even thinking about it, guys. It wasn't even on my mind at all. But I'm sitting out here working last week. I think it was like a Friday or Saturday night. I'm out here trying to do food deliveries, and they're playing games with me. I think it's the police using this. I think it's the police doing this, or it might be the NSA. But they're playing games with me while I'm trying to do deliveries. Like making sure I don't get any deliveries. And when I do get them, it's just something to mock me and harass me every single time. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, and just like, pissed off, not getting deliveries. I'm just sitting around, and I check my email, and I get an email from this particular company saying, hey, just go ahead and finish this information, and you can, get on board and start making money. Wow, out of nowhere, guys. Literally at the time that I'm sitting there kind of stressing out, not really stressing out. I don't let them stress me, but just a little irritated that, their plan is, I can't do much about it right now. And they're messing around, I can't make the bread. I'm trying, and you get what I'm saying. I'm just sitting there a little pissed off. And I look at my email, and here we go. Boom, a whole new revenue stream just opened up. And this kind of thing, they can't really mess with it like that. I'll go into detail once I start doing it. I was going to be doing it the other day, but my tire blew out, and I had to give up my shift. But I'll talk to you guys about that. But I applied for that particular position over a year ago. And another time, I was stuck in my vehicle last year. You guys know, I was stuck in my vehicle for 2 months in the van. It was broke down. I got caught at a bad time, and I couldn't get out of it, right? But luckily, with the help of you guys, for one, you guys did donate and help me out there for a month, and I really appreciate that. But I had something else that I had in play. I had a lawsuit from a perp that hit my car when I was in Tampa 2 summers ago, and the perp just hit me. Bam! I got the story in my videos under vicious gang stalking attack quarter one video. But a perp hit my car. They hit. My car was my van. Not a scratch on it at the time. Hit me, boom. And long story short, I had to, do insurance claims. They were wrong, and it took a while for them to pay me. I was going through a law firm, and they were just dragging their feet. They're perps, of course, guys. They're perps. I had to call, so I called them and got on their ass. Next thing you know, I had a check in a month, less than a month. Once I called, maybe 3 weeks. But I had to call them and shake them up and make them hurry up and do the shit. I'm sitting out there stuck, about to die in a damn van, freezing cold and then super hot because the season was changing. I had no way to go make money because I was only working like delivery jobs and Uber and DoorDash and all that at the time. And I had nobody. I'm isolated, so I'm sitting there stuck. But luckily, I had put this work in. I went to physical therapy. I did all this different shit I had to do for this lawsuit, and so finally the money came down. Boom, got me out of that position. Got my car fixed, put money in my pocket, and I bounced back. Now after that, that's when they started attacking me again on the finances. I couldn't do DoorDash and Lyft and all these things no more because of the technology. But the point of that story is because of work that I did beforehand, it set me up later down the line. Okay, and even with the vehicle that I'm driving right now, there was something that I was doing for years and years. I was put on some kind of a list for some shit that happened back in 2018, and I kept on appealing and fighting to fix the issue. And it was all the way up to maybe a year ago when they finally cleared it. I couldn't believe it, and because of that, because I kept on sending emails, I kept on calling for years, guys. Just kept trying. And finally, it opened up for me. And now that's why all of this shit opened up. I got multiple revenue streams that I can utilize right now. Everything is clean and clear, and everything is just up to me to do it. And that's why they're using the system right now to attack, because they got to do underhanded shit because I'm doing things right and trying to move forward. So that's why they're doing stuff like this, where it culminates all the way into them shooting at me last night to stop me. It says, what city are you from? Glass says, what city are you from? I'm originally from the Washington, D.C. area, but I spent the past decade down here in the South, in the South Florida, Miami area, and now here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. But originally, I'm from the Washington, D.C. area, but I've moved around a lot. I was an Army, what you call an Army brat. So, even as a kid, lived in Europe, lived in multiple places throughout the United States. So I've been around, but originally I spent most of my childhood in the Washington, D.C. area. And even spent some time down here, though, in this area that I'm in now. I went to elementary school down here for a little while. I went to, guys, think about this, right? Elementary school for me was about 6 years. I went to about 6 elementary schools in multiple states. Yeah, at least 6, maybe even 7. I'm going to say 6. I went to about 6 different elementary schools and 2 high schools. So, and in multiple states, all over the place. So, my life has always been like that. I was never really a neighborhood guy, and I got long-term neighborhood friends. And I didn't get to have that kind of life. I was always moving around and had to be the new guy, had to meet new friends, had to start over again. I never really had any kind of real stability like that. So that's why a lot of this isolation and different things like that doesn't hit me as hard as it might hit other people who are used to having people all up under them and close family, and I didn't have all that ever really, so can't miss what you never had. I'm so glad you are okay. Thanks, more sister. It says 21 Amsterdam. Steve-O, be safe out there, brother. Yeah, guys. Welcome in, gangs. I'm catching up on these last comments before I end this, guys. I gotta get ready to go. Then I gotta be at work in 2.5 hours. I gotta find somewhere to charge. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. These people are sick, man. It says, you ever get gang stalking inside airports? I go and eat inside the plane. Yes, gang stalking reality. Yes, they will gang. I mean, my last flight. I don't know my last. Well, I remember when I flew overseas. I remember I was gang stalked. Matter of fact, I was gang stalked driving to the airport. I caught a flat tire. My tire blew out on the way to the airport. I had to leave the car there. And I was down in Miami, stuck in front of a strip club. I had a Jeep Cherokee. My tires blew out. My flight was leaving. I had to leave the car right there in Miami on the street in front of some strip club. I had to catch an Uber. The Uber was a gang stalking Uber. They kept on bullshitting on sending the Ubers out. When they showed up, it was gang stalking. I got to the airport. Of course, they gang stalk you at the airport. That's aviation, transportation. I got gang stalked on the plane there. They kept on having so many people keep walking past, going to the bathroom, brushing against me in an abnormal way. Especially it also was time coordinated. They set me next to an air marshal who I'm pretty sure it was the air marshal, gang stalker, you know, trying to get information out of me. He was American. Out of everybody else on the plane, the one white American who I believe was an air marshal, sitting next to me on the plane, gang stalked there. I didn't get gang stalked when I got to that airport overseas, but then as soon as I got on the road, all the Uber cars, number 27 and all that kind of shit, the tag numbers in front of me on the road as I'm riding to my Airbnb. I get to my Airbnb, they're gang stalking in the building, slamming doors when 27's on the clock and all the whole shit they do. So yeah, everywhere you go, they got a worldwide system and they're feeling really good about themselves. They're very cocky. They feel very strong right now and they're controlling everything. But let me get ready to get out of here, guys. Miami, Florida is bad. Yeah, Miami is bad, Kim. Miami is bad, but I tell you what, it's worse here. Miami, at least they'll gang stalk you and then they'll go to the beach and chill out and have a good time and they feel good. They have better food to eat, healthier options. You got sunshine, you got water, you got a different mood. Here in Georgia, like all summer, it's been hell hot, like 100 degrees and humid and just hot and unforgiving and nasty and mean and humid. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is. Or you go to Atlanta and get drunk, smoke some weed and party. I mean, it ain't really much, it's just not really, it's just about materialism and having the best car, the biggest house, and I don't know, eat the most. Let's see. Look up the Sanford experiment. Government has made this game for the public to play guards and punishers. Yeah, I know about that build for your brain. I probably posted something about that before. All right, I'm gonna finish off these comments. There's a lot of them here. Moya's ancestor says, what I experienced, my neighbors started stealing my mail, shooting energy weapons. They do all of that stuff. Everything you said, we all go through that. They stole a $1,500 check from me when I got in that accident I was mentioning a minute ago. They wouldn't even give me my check. They stole it I got a P.O. box at the local post office down there in Tampa. And every time I would go to see if my check was in there, they would start banging on the mailboxes from the inside that had 27. You know how they have all the numbers. So the 2700 area, where all the number 27s were there, they would start banging and slamming on all the mailboxes or whatever. And I never got my check from that. They just made sure I never got it. Yeah, that's how they do. The USPS, the mail, they're heavy gang stalkers. You got to remember they're federal. Those are federal agents. Those mail carriers, those are federal agents. Remember that. So they're going to gang stalk you like you wouldn't believe. Their brains are gone. Moy, same here too. They even get people to move in. Yeah, in the last apartment that I lived in with my family, they moved everybody out that was around us. It was like a double duplex. It was my apartment and then one next to it. And then in front of us, there was the same thing. They moved everybody out, and they moved in all of these Haitian immigrants, and they all would just started this gang stalking real heavy towards the end of my time living there. I started noticing that, that they would all come out in their front porch and start talking Creole real loud whenever 27 was on the clock and shit like that. And then on the other side, the old lady was banging on my wall whenever 27 was on the clock. So, I get the one headlight all day. I do deliveries. Yeah, you know how it is. Yes, I noticed that too. Boy, streets. All right, guys. They've mutated application to integrate. Oh, what you got there? They mutated application to integrate it to our programming. This is done especially with implanted subjects. Your brain data is synced to personal prison Internet of Things. Yeah, you're right about that. Even with the time coordinations, it happens to me as well. Hey guys, if this live ends abruptly like mine often do, that's because the phone died. I told you I would just rock with you guys until it dies. I'm just gonna jump in my car right here. But I'm just gonna say I appreciate all you guys coming in here and checking this out. I hope someone learned from the story. They do get violent. So if you are trying to progress and you haven't just given and you're someone like me who's uncompromised. I don't gang stalk anybody. There's a lot of TIs on here who you guys love their videos. You watch their stuff. I see it all. These guys gang stalk. These guys participate in the directed conversation list or whatever. They do the color coordinations. They do the number shit. These guys gang stalk. I really believe it might not even be TIs. It's a real TI. They're not gonna gang stalk somebody. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna let you know this is the things that happen to you when you really are the real deal. That's why I want to make a point to keep showing you guys the real life of this shit. Because these other guys are not really showing you the real life. They talk a good one, but they're not showing you the consequences of this. If you really are a TI, and especially if you're a TI who's not compromised and you're not out here hurting other TIs with lies or doing, trying to use their triggers against them to further psychologically torture them with the program. I don't do that, but these other guys, they participate in that. I'm not gonna say names. He's got, if you are a TI and you're real and you watch their content, they're perping you as well, because the people who monitor your phone are gonna get in contact with them and tell them what to do. So it happens to me with not even in just the gang stalking community. Whatever social media stuff I pay attention to, they use it. It's the Matrix program. It sets it. Their programs are used against you. Sometimes I think even without their knowledge, but when they start saying certain things and, doing things, saying personal stuff that's happening in your life, it's a little bit deeper. And I leave them kind of people. I think that's an agent, FBI. I ain't gonna say your name. I ain't gonna put your page out there. Just leave me alone, and I'm gonna leave you alone. You're not gonna leave me alone. I already know you're gonna gang stalk me, especially if I watch your shit. But I ain't gonna get on here talking about you. I think you guys are agents. You're dangerous, ruthless. And I'm gonna give you plenty of space. So if I don't if I don't got much to say, it's because I believe you are a dangerous agent and you're working with them people. And I don't want them problems. I just want to be peaceful and I want to work and progress. So I ain't gonna put the names out there, but you guys can see it for yourself if you're real. Real recognizes real. It's bad over here. All right, guys, I can't catch up. It says intrusive technology, snitching and network. Everything you guys are saying is right. I'm just really happy to see that you guys really have. I think the community. This is the last thing I'm gonna say that I'm in it right here, and I'm gonna show you the gunshot. I'm gonna show you the gun shot one more time. But the last thing I say is what I have noticed over the past year is it seems like the community has really has been moving forward, and we're understanding more. I'm not saying completely dismissing the spirituality of it, but it seems like the community is really starting to wake up to what's really going on, and we're starting to have an understanding. It's not so much confusion. There are some TIs that do content that still kind of seem like they're on that wave from a few years ago, where people are still just confused and don't know what's going on. There's no way you should be going through this stuff for a couple years and you still don't understand what's going on, and you want to be delusional and lost, and you want the people who are following you and listening to you to be that way as well. But somebody who really has your best interest in heart, they're trying to figure out solutions and trying to actually figure out what's going on and be honest about this program. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this program. I don't want to romanticize this program. I don't even want to over intellectualize this program. I want it to be what it is. It's a mean, brutal, nasty, devious attack. Cowardly attack. That's what it is at the end of the day. And it's taking away our rights, our dignity, and our self-respect. And it is what it is. Anybody that's telling us anything different, you might want to question them, because this is not a game, guys. So I just wanted to say that. I feel sorry. In my case, my app was hacked. Yeah, they hack everything. Kiva, everything is hacked. Angel, thanks for coming in, Angel. All right, guys. Yeah, Kiva. Yeah, it's deadly. The program is very deadly. Like I said, let me show you the shot. I got shot at last night. Let me show you guys. And they always drive aggressively around me on the highway, doing all this crazy shit. But this is the first time they actually took a shot at me. Let me show you guys one more time before I end this. This stuff is serious. Right here. There it is. I think they were trying to shoot my tire. They were like 2 lanes over. So they didn't, and I was moving. So it looks like it hit. maybe 2 of them hit. I don't know, because hit here and then there's something right here. So I don't know if it hit there and it went like this. I don't know what happened, but I heard it hit, you know, and that's all the damage. It didn't get my tire. So, and I've only been driving this vehicle now for this is like my 3rd day with the vehicle. If you guys have been following my channel here, I had a blowout in the city the other day. They called the police on me. I was literally in the parking lot waiting for the tow truck. And I'm gonna show you, it was a black woman, but it's a little Indian man who had a real issue. I should post that video today. They had an argument with somebody else in front of me, and the girl had an all-seeing eye on her bag. And then, anyway, I'm gonna show you guys all that shit when I post the video. But let me end this and try to go get some work in. I gotta make some money. If anybody in here can help me out, again, thank you, Tamisha. Also, anyone who donated. Sorry if I'm not remembering right now. I had a couple the other day when I was going through that tire situation. It really helped me out. I was able to hop an Uber and ride to where I needed to get another vehicle. And you guys really helped me out a lot because I couldn't work that night. And I just paid. Anyway, it was just tough. That was the day before payday. I hadn't been paid yet. But again, if anybody out there can help out, I got a major bill that I got to pay coming up this week here, like Tuesday. And again, I had that magically my tire blew out the other night. I didn't get to work either of my jobs that I usually would work. Today, I rode down all of the car charges in my neighborhood. All of a sudden, are not working. I've never seen this before. None of the car charges are working. I got to go find some way to charge up my vehicle. Then I got to try to put a little work in before I go to work, and then I'll be at work all day. And I need a little bit of help if you can help right now. I invested in this vehicle, and I've been trying to balance my budget ever since, and that's why I'm working so hard. And it seems like, they're just attacking my work because they don't want you to be able to take care of yourself, guys, and pay your bills. They want you always in a struggle, and they always want you behind and desperate and full of anxiety. But so if anybody can hit the Cash App, what I'm gonna do after this, I'm gonna put my Cash App up again. It's gonna be in the my communities tab, my community section. Where I do, matter of fact, as far as my community section, I hope you guys are taking a look at that stuff. I usually put a lot of good stuff up there for you guys to check out. Some of the old videos, and I share other TI's videos as well that I think people might want to check out. But I'm gonna post my Cash App again. If anybody can, anything helps. I don't care if it's the $5 or whatever, but anything will help. Because I'm just really trying to. I got an important bill I need to pay, my storage unit this week. And because of these financial attacks and trying to just survive, I haven't been able to get that one covered. So I'm going to try to get out here. I had a good night last night. Hopefully I can have a good, I'm trying to get a little bit in today. I'll be working probably until like 1, 2 in the morning, my regular job. Then I'm still going to try to get out and work again, doing Ubers and stuff tonight. But if anybody can help out, if you're a TI or whatever, you're doing good. If you're a supporter, I'm going to post my Cash App in the community tab, and I might even put it here. I'll put it in this video as a link. Any little bit helps. You know what I mean? I'm not always on here saying I need something, but every now and then when it's getting like this, you see how bad they're trying to stop me. They're shooting at me, guys. And I haven't done anything. So obviously it's something going on. But I appreciate you guys for coming in. I'll keep you updated. This is a really good live. I think hopefully it taught someone something. I'm trying to think if I have anything else I want to say before I let you guys go. Because every time I do, I think of something else I didn't say and I'm mad at myself. I guess that's just Gemini shit. Again, thanks again for the support, for those who have supported. I really appreciate that. And y'all check out some stuff. Go check out the IG, my IG stories. I usually got good stuff over there. I put up some pretty good posts over there as well. I haven't done much on my Rumble or anything else. So I'm pretty much just YouTubing and Instagramming for the most part right now. So just support, guys, and I will support you guys as well. Let's give each other information. Let's just do whatever we can do to help each other, because we know what kind of attack we're under right now. And I think that I try to stand as a champion for you guys. I expose my life. I show you guys what's going on, and I pay a price for it, guys. I really do. I really pay a price for it. So, consider that for me, okay? And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.